Good morning. It's March the 12th. It's just after 9:15. We are here for a council session, and we are going to begin with a proclamation recognizing Developmental Disability Awareness Month by Councilmember Albornoz and the county executive.
All right, we got some all-stars in the room today. Come on down, and virtually. So welcome, everyone. It is a pleasure and honor to be with all of you this morning. My name is Gabe Albornoz, and I am one of your at-large members of the County Council and chair of our Health and Human Services Committee. And today, I am joined by our county executive and some truly extraordinary leaders in our community. And we are here to celebrate Developmental Disability Awareness Month. This is an important month because it acknowledges the incredible contributions of our intellectual and developmental and disabilities awareness community. What they do every day on behalf of our residents is truly extraordinary. We have tremendously talented people among us who are contributing to every facet of our society, whether it's our workforce, our culture, and just enriching our lives. And so we are also fortunate to have extraordinary organizations who are supporting these individuals and their families every day. And we know that members of those organizations become parts of those families every day. And so on behalf of the entire County Council, we are thrilled and honored to celebrate and uplift this very important work, especially during what we know have been extraordinarily and unprecedented challenging times over the last 4 years. And so thank you all for being here today. I now want to welcome our county executive to say some words as well.
So I'm actually really happy to be here today. I have personal lived experience with this. My oldest foster son has been with me for 50 years, and we took him out of Great Oaks. We had his best friend living with us until his hip deteriorated to the point where he couldn't walk, and that was probably only about 8 years ago. So, you know, I have the experience of seeing this, and I've seen the evolution of the acceptance of people in the community. When this started years ago, people were afraid of people with disabilities, literally afraid of people with disabilities. I went to a ball game, and my kids would go and sit in the stands. Everybody in the stands would leave the stands because they did things that were awkward for some people, but nothing bad. Over the course of a season, when people realized they weren't going to do anything, people filtered back into the stands and then talked to me about my kids. And I thought one of the most important things is the exposure in the community, which isn't just good for the developmentally disabled. It's good for the community as a whole. It's good for people not to be afraid of people with disabilities. It's good for people to appreciate the capabilities that these people have. I know Montgomery County participates in Project Search, and we just had a meeting talking about how we need to retailer some of our programs because we have so many teleworking people that we don't have the opportunities that we had before for Project Search. So we're looking at ways that we can continue to expand those programs. We put a lot of money, I think $20-something million into this area. We have a supplement we put forward every year. We're very conscious, I'm very conscious of the pay issues, because if you can flip a hamburger or take care of a person with disabilities, particularly with severe disabilities, for the ease of work and for the same dollars, you're probably going to flip a hamburger. So the pay's got to be commensurate with the kind of work and difficulty of what you're doing. There's a lot of good stuff going on. The council's always been supportive of this. We've had a long tradition that dates back to my being on the council, with support from the executive and support from the council to make sure that we get as much money into the community as we can, and we help these kids get recognition, and adults get recognition and acceptance in the community. So it's really great to see the evolution. It says something about my age that I can actually talk about evolution, but the evolution's real, the evolution's good, and I'm really happy to be here today for this. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. County Executive. We know you've been a leader in this space throughout your career, and we really greatly appreciate that. The theme of this year's Developmental Disabilities Awareness Month is a world of opportunities. And what we strive for is to create a strong, inclusive, and supportive environment that promotes the overall health and well-being of individuals with intellectual and developmental disabilities. That is one of the main reasons that this council voted unanimously to establish a commission that focuses uniquely on these issues and the, frankly, opportunities that are abound and all around us. We'd like to welcome this morning a number of community leaders who are behind me here today. We've got Dr. Patrice McGee, who's the chief of the DHHS Aging and Disability Services, Dr. Mike Greenberg, the chair of the IDD Commission, who is joining us virtually. We also have John Whittle, the co-chair of the IDD Commission and liaison with Commission for People with Disabilities, Ms. Amna Khan, the DHHS program administrator for the IDD Commission, Tejest Alina, the State Director of Maryland Community Options, Ms. Pat Ritter, who is my Leadership Montgomery graduate classmate, and the Treatment Learning Center's Executive Director and Co-Chair of Interact. We also have Ms. Jennifer Shannon, who receives services from the Treatment Learning Center, and we'll hear from shortly. And then we have Chinny Williams from Q Care Incorporated, Executive Director and a DDA provider, who's joining us virtually as well, and Amber Yates, who is part of the Best Buddies program. I'd now like to welcome Ms. Jennifer Shannon to share some words.
Good morning. My name is Jennifer Shannon, and I'm a participant with the Treatment Learning Centers. I have a part-time job in Rockville, Maryland. My main job title is courtesy clerk, which includes bagging, cleaning, and assisting customers when needed. I have been with Giant for 13 years and also volunteer in the community. One of the main things I do in the community is help with the park cleanup. Also with the Manna Food Centers. The agency that I belong with is called Outcomes, which is also with the Treatment Learning Centers. Thank you for allowing me to take this opportunity to share with you.
All right, let's give Jennifer a round of applause. There we go. Next, we'd like to invite Mr. John Whittle.
Good morning. As Vice Chair of the new Intellectual and Developmental Disabilities Commission, along with Chair Michael Greenberg, who's with us here today virtually, I want to send out special recognition to Council Member Gabe Albernoff, as well as the County Exec Mark Elrich and the rest of the Council for listening very carefully and thoughtfully to people with developmental disabilities and agreeing to start up a brand new commission to focus on issues that are important to these people with developmental disabilities. We have been meeting since October and have been getting self-organized. We have developed a subcommittee structure, and right now we're focusing on issues dealing with special education and housing, DD policy, employment and quality of services, and workforce development. And we'll be adding more, including in community engagement. If you're a person with disabilities or know or care for someone with disabilities or a family member, this is a commission you can come to. There's a special place on the agenda for members of the public to also speak and contribute, to add their information, to become part of the process, to try to improve the community services for people with developmental disabilities in Montgomery County. Our next meeting is on March 21st. If you go to the Montgomery County website on boards and commissions, it starts at 4:30. There is a link there. And if you're in this community and you want to learn more, you want to teach us more, share more, and contribute to some of the initiatives we're starting, please call in for that. We will also be at the Transitioning Youth Fair at the Rockville College in Rockville on April 7th in the afternoon. This is a place where youth with developmental disabilities who are moving from school to adult services can come and find out all the resources and the providers and the methods and the workflow to try to make that as smooth a transition as possible. Please come. This commission will have a table there, and you'll get to meet more of the members. If you show up, we can tell you even more how to get engaged and involved in this new opportunity for all of you with developmental disabilities in your lives, in your families, or as an advocate. Thank you.
Thank you
Very much. Thank you. Thank you, Council.
Opportunities abound to be engaged. Thank you so much, John, and thank you to the work of the commission. It really is important and extraordinary. The county executive and I will now read the proclamation. Whereas Developmental Disabilities Awareness Month is designated to educate the community about the rights of individuals with intellectual and developmental disabilities to be able to live their best lives and be seen as contributing neighbors, co-workers, church members, classmates, friends, and valued members of our community. And whereas
Montgomery County has a strong history of investing and partnering with provider agencies who facilitate high-quality essential services that help individuals with developmental disabilities thrive in the community. And
whereas Montgomery County recently created the Intellectual and Developmental Disabilities Commission to identify gaps in services and make recommendations to the county executive and county council on matters involving the needs of individuals with intellectual and developmental disabilities. And
whereas the county is committed to achieving a culture of meaningful inclusion of individuals with developmental disabilities in all facets of life and encourages them to have high expectations for full and purposeful lives that include meaningful jobs in the community, friendships, health, safety, and spiritual and social opportunities.
now therefore it be resolved that Mark Elrich as county executive, Gabe Albornoz as council member and chair of the Health and Human Services Committee, and the entire council of Montgomery County, Maryland, hereby proclaims March as Developmental Disabilities Awareness Month in recognition of the importance of providing understanding, encouragement, and opportunities to help individuals with intellectual and developmental disabilities to lead productive, fulfilling lives where everyone truly feels they are an essential part of our community. Signed on this day, on this 12th day of March in the year 2024 by myself, the county executive, and our council president, Andrew Friedson. Thank you all very much.
Thank you to Chair Albernaz and to the county executive and to all of our community partners who do such important work in our community to support everybody and make sure everybody is included in our community. We will now move on to general business. Madam Clerk, are there any announcements?
Good morning, Mr. President, council members. There are two announcements this morning. Public hearings on the FY25 operating budget, including the budgets for Montgomery County Government, Montgomery College, the Maryland National Capital Park and Planning Commission, WSSC Water, and Montgomery County Public Schools will be held on April 8th and April 9th at 1:30 p.m. and 7 o'clock p.m. Persons wishing to sign up to speak may do so beginning on March 15th at 9 a.m. Additionally, the Montgomery County Council is seeking applicants to serve on the 7-member Public Election Fund Committee to recommend funding for the Public Election Fund. Applications for the 4-year appointment are due by 5 o'clock p.m. on Monday, March 25th. Cover letters and resumes can be submitted by email to council.clerk@montgomerycountymd.gov, and more information is available on the County Council's website. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. We'll now move on to agenda item number 1. Before I take a motion on the consent agenda, just wanted to quickly note item M, which is the $20 million new jobs initiative, the Jobs Opportunities and Business Support Initiative. Just want to thank colleagues who've co-sponsored the initiative, Vice President Stewart, Council Members Lukey, Balcom, Albernaz, Katz, Mink, Jawando, and Sales. Really excited that yesterday we were joined by chamber leaders and business leaders from across the county who came out to support the effort, as well as Dr. Williams from Montgomery College, Anthony Featherstone from WorkSource Montgomery, and graduates of the Black Collective's AMBER program that this body has been extremely supportive of and is very proud of. Launching this new jobs initiative is a key step that will foster innovation, create lucrative jobs to move Montgomery County forward, and give employers the opportunity to create new jobs by investing in our community. It's a message that if you invest in Montgomery County, that we want to invest in you, and it is aligned with and helps to support the objectives of Montgomery County's economic development strategic plan. So really looking forward to moving that forward. We know that none of our other priorities are possible unless we have a thriving private sector economy that can help us pay for those priorities, and so I look forward to working together with colleagues as we move forward to advance this effort. With that, colleagues, is there a motion moved by Councilmember Balcom, seconded by Councilmember Katz to go into closed session? Sorry.
Consent calendar.
I'm sorry. To approve the consent calendar. All those in favor of the consent calendar, please raise your hand. And then let me turn it over to Councilmember Glass.
Thank you, Mr. President. I, too, would like to make a brief comment about item M, the special appropriation for economic development. A number of people have asked me why I'm not listed as a co-sponsor. The decision not to co-sponsor this initiative is not about the policy. There are some good ideas that are being suggested, but what I do not think is a good idea is to introduce a special appropriation for new programs the same week the budget is being introduced. What is being introduced today, 2 days before we receive the FY25 budget, is a $20 million spending measure, 2 days before we receive the budget. Regardless of what one thinks about the proposals, the fact that this is being introduced as a special appropriation 2 days before we receive the budget concerns me. We are at the starting gate of our budget work. This is when we take up expenditures. This is when we take up spending affordability. This is when we determine reserve levels, the same reserves that this proposal intends to use. Yes, we do need economic development. Yes, we do need innovative policies to support new job growth. But if we care about fiscal management and best practices, this proposal should go through the budget process, which begins in 2 days. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, moving on to our next item. Okay, Councilmember Fanny Gonzalez.
Good morning. I also want to echo the words of Councilmember Glass. I am not a co-sponsor for this effort. of course, we want to have more jobs in Montgomery County, but there's a process for that. And I look forward to guiding the Economic Development Committee as the chair of the committee to ensure that we make sound decisions. And I look forward to also seeing the operating budget from the county executive this Thursday. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for those comments. Move on to our next item, a proposed closed session. The council intends to meet in closed session to discuss the appointment, employment, assignment, promotion, discipline, demotion, compensation, removal, resignation, or performance evaluation of appointees, employees, or officials over whom it has jurisdiction under Maryland Code General Provisions, Article 3305B1I. The topic is the appointment of an employee over whom the council has jurisdiction. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Moved by Councilmember Lukey, seconded by Councilmember Jawando. All in favor of going into a closed session, please raise your hand. We are in closed session. Before we do you want to make a comment, or do you want to do it when we come back? Okay. You go ahead.
This would like to be noted in the affirmative for the consent calendar.
Okay. We'll make sure that in the minutes it's listed as in the affirmative, and we are now in closed session.